to Elite Weather Forecasting. I'm your meteorologist, Mr. G, with another weather forecast. Happy Tuesday, everybody, as we take a look at this afternoon's forecast as well. Let's talk about your Wednesday and Thursday ahead. Well, as you know, we always do 3-day weather forecasts at a time, and we do these every single day of the week. If I can, I'll try my best to get a forecast, and if I'm not going to be able to do one, I will let you know the day before and leave you guys with a forecast that will cover you. But however, sometimes all the time, things in the weather change. So what forecast one day might not be the same forecast tomorrow. So it's why forecasting the weather is very challenging. I know some people say, it's the only job you can have and still be wrong and keep your job. Well, maybe. So, but anyway, let's get it going here as we talk about the weather forecast here for the next 3 days. And as we take a look at our city of the day, our wonderful city of the day is going to be South Bend, Indiana. I almost said Notre Dame, Indiana. But you might as well call it Notre Dame, since Notre Dame is the most prominent thing there. So, Notre Dame, the University of Notre Dame. For some people, it's strong emotional outbursts. You either love it or you either hate it. I'm neither here nor there. It's not really my cup of tea, but it gets the honor of being our city of the day, the wonderful city of South Bend, where you're seeing a temperature of 78 degrees. So beautiful weather across the northern tier of the nation. If you're north of that front, you're seeing very nice weather, good temperatures, low humidities pretty much for the most part. 78 degrees out there with just a few clouds, and your 3-day weather forecast for Notre Dame, as we're seeing those temperatures hovering about the 80 mark for the next 3 days, and dry weather the entire way through. So a wonderful outlook there for the city of, did I just say Notre Dame? For the city of South Bend. Yeah, and Notre Dame. Alright, we're just going to call it Notre Dame. Alright, so let's rock on with our forecast here as we talk about our weather today. So let's talk about the weather today. What are we seeing in the weather today? Alright, we're seeing a lot of rain for a lot of you folks out there. No snow yet. We're still early yet in the year, but give it a couple months. Some of y'all might be seeing some snow out there, but let's talk about that rainfall that we have through portions of the Mid-South, the Gulf Coast, and into the Northeast as well. We're going to start off with the Northeast and the Great Lakes. We got some rain showers and storms here in the eastern portions of the Great Lake into Canada. So we have Niagara Falls and there through southern Canada and Toronto and Buffalo, as well as Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. So the interior portions of the Mid-Atlantic and the Northeast, we're dealing with some showers and some storms. Some more showers way up there in Maine and Vermont and New Hampshire, and some showers just off the coast of Massachusetts and Rhode Island. Another batch of showers right there, and a few more spidey showers along the southeastern coast through the D.C., Baltimore, maybe Fayetteville in North Carolina, Lake Cape Hatteras, down through South Carolina, as well as down towards maybe some spidey showers down there in Jacksonville, drive through Central Florida, but some showers and storms pick up again down there in South Florida in the Miami-Dade County, and then with more showers extend back along the Gulf Coast and into Mississippi, Alabama, as well as Arkansas. We're seeing those showers and storms. Some more of those, so the far edge of these showers extend through Missouri. So Missouri is seeing those showers and thunderstorms, and we have some more stuff along our front through the middle, the midsection of the central plain states. And here is our monsoons over there in the four corners. So we got Colorado, New Mexico, Arizona, and Utah, and even portions of California and western Nevada is seeing showers and thunderstorms from those monsoons as well. But check this out. Dry weather appear across the Pacific Northwest, the Northern Plains, and the Northern Rockies. So the northwestern corner of the nation is basking in the sunshine with lovely weather conditions out that way. Now let's talk about our watches, hazards. Here's the things you need to worry about. That heat advisory and some excessive heat is going to continue here through the plains, the central and southern plains, and the lower Mississippi Valley. So southwestern Alabama, the Florida Panhandle, Mississippi, Arkansas, Louisiana, as well as into Kansas, and here through portions of Oklahoma. We have an excessive heat watch here, and we have a heat advisory in this area. We have our flood issues down here in southwestern Texas. So this is just to the east of El Paso. We're seeing that heavy rain from that upper level disturbance that's nearly stationary down there across southwestern Texas. It's dumping a lot of rain, and we have our flooding here through portions of New Mexico and southern Colorado and across Arizona. We're dealing with some issues with some flash flooding from those monsoons. More heat across the Central Valley of California, where we're seeing those temperatures in the triple digits. Heat advisory across the Pacific Northwest and an excessive heat watch there through portions of central Washington there on the leeward side of the Cascade Mountain Range. You have a lot of subsidence, so that sinking air, as that air from the onshore flow comes over the mountains, comes over the top, and sinks and warms. So we're seeing very high air pressure and temperatures across the interior portions of Oregon and Washington. So another day where a heat advisory and excessive heat and a red flag advisory is also in place for that region. So now let's talk about our surface analysis. And here is the front that's really responsible for a lot of that rainfall that we're seeing across Texas and the southeast today. And we're going to be seeing this frontal boundary in place from portions of New Mexico. It's going to extend through North Texas and through Oklahoma, southern Kansas, then down through Arkansas, Mississippi, Alabama, through central and south Georgia, South Carolina, and just off the coast of North Carolina. And we're going to be seeing showers and storms along this front, both ahead and behind the front. We're going to be seeing those showers and storms, and we have an area of high pressure that's going to be setting up here across the northeast. So it's going to be having an onshore flow that's coming around this area of low pressure that's just off the coast, and it's sending back some showers and storms here through portions of the northeast today. And we do have a weak weather system along the Canadian and U.S. border that's going to be spreading a few showers here across portions of the northern plains and the upper Mississippi Valley. And here we have our four corners high in place, and it is setting the stage for that monsoon range to come in as that moisture is being pulled in off of the Gulf of Mexico and the Gulf of California. So we will continue to see the monsoons going strong this season. So we have an incredible monsoon season taking place, and I've seen just tons of footage of situations where heavy rain and flash flooding has been occurring across the Four Corners region. All right, so now we are going to be talking about the 500 millibar. This is going to be the wind pressure and the pressure and the winds. This is the 500 millibar heights. And what we're seeing in this map is what we're seeing is our upper air current. So we're seeing a general ridging across the west and troughing in the east. So we have this energy, and along this energy is where we're seeing a lot of that rainfall. So we're seeing a nice troughing here along the southeast. And we have that disturbance here across southwestern Kansas. This is what's called a cutoff low, and it's also a tropical wave. And this upper air disturbance is slowly making its way to the east. In fact, in a couple of days, it's still going to be in the state of Texas, as it's only moving very slowly. It's nearly stationary. That's why they're called cutoff low, because it's cut off from the mean flow and the upper air pattern. So we're going to be seeing that ridge continue across the western half of the nation and into the Pacific Northwest, and it's going to allow for that monsoon moisture to come up from the southeast and the southwest off of the Gulf of California and the tropical Pacific down here off the coast of Mexico. So we're going to continue to see that moisture there as we deal with that upper air current. Okay, now here we are as we talk about our temperatures for this afternoon and our max temperatures. Now I'm going to step over here so you can see where the heat is. So we're seeing that heat across Texas and the Gulf Coast. So around the Gulf from Florida all the way over to the state of Texas. Now Texas we're seeing, and right here in Oklahoma, central Oklahoma and northern Texas, we're seeing those temperatures about 100 to 105 degrees. So yet another hot day across Texas, but relief is on the way. Trust me, just give it a few days. Some relief is coming across North Texas, but what will happen is that heat will drop South Texas, so the Houston area, Brownsville, San Antonio South, down to the Mexican border. You're still going to see those triple digit temperatures for a few more days yet. But that cooler air from that front is going to drop down, and it's going to be dissecting the state of Texas about halfway through. So if you're on the north side of the front, those temperatures are going to fall into the upper 80s to lower 90s. But if you're south of the front, you're still going to be seeing those triple digit temperatures, unfortunately. But that cooler air will come down to the Gulf coastline here to the shore. So all the way down through the deep southern states here, we're going to see those temperatures cool. And we're going to continue to see beautiful weather here across the Great Lakes, the Northeast, the upper Mississippi Valley, and through the central and northern plains. We're going to see comfortable temperatures, a lot of 70s, 80s, and even some lower 90s maybe starting to move in. And we're going to see scattered areas of hot weather across the Pacific Northwest and the Northern Rockies. And we're going to be seeing our heat down here across the Four Corners, western Arizona, into the deserts of California. So we're going to be seeing our triple digits through Yuma and Palm Springs and Banning and Hemet down in those regions. And cooler through eastern Arizona because of the heavy monsoons and a lot of the cloud cover. So we're going to be seeing cooler weather if you're in New Mexico and eastern Arizona and northern Arizona. But far southwestern Arizona, still going to be contending with that hot weather, as well as the Central Valley of California. So we're talking about Bakersfield, Fresno, Stockton, Modesto, Merced, and Sacramento. Still going to be seeing those triple digit temperatures and all that lush farmland out there. But it's going to be hot, continue there. But we're going to see also some areas of hot weather through eastern Washington, especially Spokane south through the Columbia River Valley there. We're going to be seeing those triple digit temperatures as well on the leeward side of the Cascade Mountain Range. So that is a look at the temperatures for today, and the temperatures are going to be much the same tomorrow as well. So as we take a look now at what our temperature anomaly is, now this is our temperatures compared to what our normal temperatures should be. And as we take a look at the eastern half of the nation, the northeastern quarter of the nation, so we're talking about from the mid-south through the mid-Atlantic into the northeast, the Great Lakes as well, and through portions of the Midwest here, we're seeing temperatures that's actually running on average below average for this time of the year, as we're seeing that troughing again taking place across the east and that ridge in the west. So we're seeing portions of Montana and the southern Canadian border, the southern Canadian provinces. We have Calgary and Edmonton down there where we're seeing temperatures on average above average across the northern plains there, and we're seeing a little area southern through the southwest where temperatures are on average below because of the strong monsoons. And we have our little blub here across Texas. Our upper level disturbance is causing a lot of that rainfall, and on temperatures are below average here as well because of that. So that's our temperature anomaly, and anomaly means things that aren't normal. So these are not the normal temperatures that we should be seeing, and we're seeing our a lot of heat right here through portions of northern Texas and Oklahoma. That's been a constant feature as well, as we're seeing those temperatures having been exceeding 100 degrees in that region. Now, let's talk about our dew point. So our dew points is going to be still pretty high for much of the eastern half of the nation, especially the central portions of the nation, from the northern plains all the way down to the Gulf Coast and to Texas. But portions of Minnesota and the Great Lakes regions, the upper Mississippi Valley, will see lower humidities as we see humidities drop down into the 40% and even 30% range. But just to the west, into the Dakotas, we're going to be seeing those dew points in the 50s and 60s. And we're seeing the high dew points through Florida and along the Gulf Coast and through South Texas as well. We're seeing those dew points in the 70s. So 70-degree dew points down in the darker oranges here. And we're going to be seeing 60s in the yellows, and the blues or the bright whites, and the blues with the 50s and the 40% are the brighter whites and lighter blues, and the darker blues are the 30% and lower. So we're seeing a lot of dew point and surface moisture here through the plains and down to the Gulf Coast. And we're seeing lower humidities on the leeward side of the Rockies here through New Mexico and Colorado and Wyoming. We're seeing lower humidities but higher temperatures. And we're also seeing pretty comfortable weather conditions across the northern Rockies and into the Pacific Northwest. We have our monsoon moisture down here in Arizona. We see that we have those dew points in the 60s here, and some of those higher dew points down in southern Arizona and southwestern New Mexico as we're dealing with that strong monsoonal flow once again. All right, so here's our 3-day weather forecast. Let's talk about this afternoon. So this afternoon, we're going to be seeing those monsoon storms there through the Four Corners. So we have that area of that disturbance here across southwestern Texas that's going to be leading to some flash flooding and more flash flooding here through the Four Corners as our monsoons is dumping heavy rainfall for yet another afternoon. And we have our frontal boundary here through portions of the mid and southern Mississippi Valley and the Ozarks here that's going to be spreading those showers and storms, and it's going to be leading to some flooding issues through portions of south central Missouri and far northern Arkansas. And we have our frontal boundary that's dropping down to the southeast, so it's going to continue to spread some showers along the Gulf Coast and through the state of Florida and the southeast as well, and some rainfall through portions of the mid-Atlantic and the interior of the Northeast. So we're talking about Pittsburgh and Buffalo, as well as through portions of upstate New York and Maine and into Vermont, New Hampshire, maybe a few showers around the Boston area as well. So that is to look at the East Coast, and we're going to have some spidey stuff here. I know I was out a little bit ago, and we saw the clouds building up, and there were some sprinkles. So we're going to see scattered sprinkles and very isolated showers across the northern plains and the upper Mississippi Valley this afternoon. And a few of those are even through portions of the plains of Montana, but dry weather across the Pacific Northwest, down the West Coast. But you will see some showers and thunderstorms along the interior of Southern California, the mountains and the deserts, eastward to the Arizona border. We're going to be seeing those showers and thunderstorms this afternoon. So for tomorrow, more monsoons across the Four Corners as that disturbance slowly makes its way east and starts to get caught up in that monsoon flow. So it's going to enhance the thunderstorms along the Arizona and Mexico border, and Arizona and New Mexico and Mexico border, as that disturbance is going to be right in here. So we're going to be seeing more heavy rain from those monsoons that's going to be leading to some flooding and more showers and flooding possible through north central New Mexico as well. Those showers and storms is going to cover the entire Four Corners, as well as the interior of California and western Nevada, all the way up to southern Oregon, where we're going to be seeing those showers and thunderstorms. Those showers and storms will extend also eastward from the Four Corners through portions of the southern plains. So we're talking about through Texas and North Texas and Oklahoma. We're going to be seeing showers and thunderstorms through the Ozarks and down the southeast along the southeast coast. More showers and storms into Florida, and we're going to see showers and storms along the southeastern coast and up into the northeast, where we can see a few scattered showers and storms as well from the big cities of the northeast, as well as up into Maine. Dry weather through portions of the Great Lakes, and we're going to be seeing those showers and storms start to affect the push in a little further into the upper Mississippi Valley and the northern plains of the Dakotas and west and eastern Montana as well. We're going to be seeing another front, another storm system that's traversing the northern tier of the nation along the U.S.-Canadian border, and it's going to be spreading those showers and thunderstorms that way. But dry weather there across the Pacific Northwest, but it's going to be continued warm as well through portions of the interior of Oregon and Washington. As we look at your Thursday weather forecast, now we're going to be seeing that dry weather still continue through the north portions of the Montana. We're talking about the high plains of Montana, Wyoming, up to the Canadian border, and the Pacific Northwest. We're going to be dealing with some hot and dry weather, but our monsoons will continue through the Four Corners and into New Mexico and the interior portions of northern and southern California. So the entire portions east of the Sierra Nevada and down through the Mojave Desert of California, and we're going to see more showers and storms as that subtropical disturbance continues to hang out down here in southern Arizona along the U.S. and Mexican border. So it's going to be more heavy rain from those monsoons, and those showers and storms will continue along this frontal boundary here through the middle section of Texas. So a good portion of the state of Texas could see some showers and storms by your Thursday and through the Gulf Coast and along the Gulf Coast in the deep south here and into Florida. As our frontal boundary goes offshore here, we're going to be seeing a little bit drier weather through mid-Atlantic states, but a few showers possible along the interior portions of the Northeast yet again, as we have a weak area of low pressure there that's going to be moving through Maine and Vermont. So it's going to spark a few showers and storms as well. Some more showers and storms possible for this weather system through moving through the northern plains. So we're going to have a nice triple point set up here where we could possibly see maybe some severe weather. We'll just have to take a look at the severe weather outlook, don't we? So we could see some possible severe weather here through portions of the northern plains for the upper Midwest or the upper Mississippi Valley, whichever one you want to call it, for your Thursday. So now let's talk about that severe weather outlook. So here's our dew points. So not the dew points, excuse me. This is our CAPE. This is our CAPE is our convective available potential energy, and that is the energy the atmosphere has to work with to create thunderstorms. It's what the upward motion you would need to create thunderstorms. And what we have is a little bit of CAPE here that's going to be moving across the northern plains and the northern Rockies. And this CAPE is going to be moving towards Minnesota, and it's going to provide the energy for some possible severe weather through the upper Midwest for your Wednesday and Thursday. So we're going to be keeping an eye on this guy. But we see all this CAPE along the Gulf Coast here in southern Texas, as we're seeing a lot of thunderstorms down here and across the state of Florida. And we have our monsoons, and we do see a lot of CAPE here through portions of northern Mexico and southern Arizona, and this is where our subtropical disturbance is going to be as well. So it's providing a lot of CAPE. So that's the look at the CAPE for the next couple of days here. So we see a lot of CAPE down across the Southwest and along the Gulf Coast of Texas and the Gulf Coast of the Southeast and the state of Florida as well. So that is the look at the CAPE. Now let's talk about our outlook. So we have our potential, there we go, that potential for that severe weather along the upper Mississippi Valley. This is the Red River. So we have Fargo, North Dakota, and Moorhead, Minnesota, right in this region. So this afternoon there, you can see some isolated severe thunderstorms and some isolated severe storms. It's going to be possible along our cold front here as well, along the Gulf Coast and into the Ozarks and the lower Mississippi Valley this afternoon. And then some more isolated severe storms is going to be possible through portions of New Mexico, southern Colorado, and far northwestern Kansas, and the far western Oklahoma panhandle. So you have this small area right here that can see some severe weather, and gusty winds and small hail. It's going to be the primary threat here, and here we're going to be seeing gusty winds, and here heavy rain and gusty winds is going to be the primary threat. So tomorrow, here we go, as that severe weather takes that frontal boundary, really starts to drop south, and some of that energy along that trough really kind of pushes in here, and we can see that potential for severe weather along the Gulf Coast here and through North Florida. We could be seeing that potential for some heavy rain, some gusty winds, and some hail. Maybe even an isolated tornado. We may have to adjust the severe weather outlook as we move into Wednesday. But for right now, this is what we're seeing. And on Thursday, look at that. No severe weather expected. Part of it is because our front is going to be moving further off coast and out to sea, so a lot of the energy is going to be going with it. But we're just going to see some diurnal and some afternoon thunderstorms through many areas of the nation, as well as our monsoons, and that disturbance across the northern plains that's going to be slowly moving to the east and plaguing them with scattered showers and some thunderstorms. So that is a look at the 3-day tropical outlook, or the severe weather. Here is the tropical outlook. All right, here is the forecast for this year's tropical storm season. So we have the named storms we're expecting 14 to 18. They were expecting 7 to 10 hurricanes and 3 to 5 major hurricanes. Do I think that's going to happen? Maybe not, because we have this dust that's been going on here across the Sahara, that's been blowing across the Atlantic over into the Gulf of Mexico. There's been that plume of dust, and it's been inhibiting tropical development. It's been making the atmosphere very stable because the atmosphere has been very cool, and so everything has been stable. So we haven't been really seeing those tropical cyclones or tropical depressions form. Everything has been coming off the Cape Verde Islands there, and everything has been dying as it moved out to the middle of the Atlantic. So we're just not really seeing it. Now we are coming into the peak time for the hurricane season, which is late August, which is about August 5th through maybe September 15th or so. But here we are, we're only August 16th or 17th, no, 16th today. So, I don't know. I'm really wanting to call this hurricane season a wash, because even though we have La Nina tends to increase the amount of hurricanes, but that dust is really overpowering the effects of the La Nina situation. So here we are as we're taking a look at the disturbance one. Here's what we have this little guy right here that is just off the coast of Nicaragua, and it has next to a 0% chance of development, but it is there, that tropical disturbance. Now, nevertheless, see, all of the moisture is offset. See, it doesn't have a clean rotation. It's not have a clean, everything's off to the north of the center of circulation, which is right about here. Everything is off to the north there. So it's not very organized. That's indicative of shearing. So in tropical storms don't like shear. They like to hang out underneath big domes of high pressure where everything is calm and they can gather themselves and intensify. But it's not getting that in that region. So that's going to be a wash. There it is again, another aspect. Oh, I'm standing in front of it. Another aspect of it right here. Again, a very slight chance of development, 0%. So that's nothing to worry about yet. And here we are with Yvette, which is a tropical depression here. Tropical depression, Yvette, and tropical, wait a minute. The Yvette only has winds about 30 miles per hour. I don't expect to see much more in the way of development from that. It's going to slowly move to the west over the next 3 days. It's not expected to become a tropical storm, so it's going to remain a tropical depression over the next 3 days. So that was a look at your tropical outlook and your 3-day weather forecast. My name is Mr. G. Thank you for joining me here at Elite Weather, and I will see you guys tomorrow in the next video. Oh, Friday, we're going to do a special live stream because not only did we hit our 200 subscriber, but we also have a brand new studio. So we're going to do a live stream weather forecast on Friday. So, all right, guys, I'll let you know what time that's going to be. I'll set it up for the time so you get the notification that it's going to be going out there. So, all right, thanks for watching, guys. I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.